Hello, everybody! Welcome to the Dead Unicorn Cyber Samurai Saturday, where we're playing Winter's Embrace. It is a game where everybody is at Winter Court and there are shenanigans happening.
So many shenanigans.
There are so many shenanigans. I'm your Game Master. My name is Corey. We are, we're always joined by Tarek, Crystal, Josh, and of course Matt's not here. He left for some reason. Don't know why. But that empty box up there, that's Matt.
You like to disappear.
So I'd like to start out this stream with an announcement. My birthday is this week.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. And if you'd like to get me a gift for my birthday, remember, you can always sign up for my Patreon at patreon.com/thedeadunicorn. Or actually, just Dead Unicorn. Why do I always put a the? There you can find cool L5R adventures like this guy right here. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that nice? And this book of NPCs. And this book of alternate rules for dueling. These are all free. You don't need to pay a dime for them. Just go to my Patreon, pick them up. But if you do send me a few bones, as it were, you'll get access to the Flora Folio, a bunch of fantasy plants that we can use to that you can use to make your world building better. So go check that out as well. Otherwise, my patrons are scrolling up in that corner in the upper right. So thank you to all of them, and I hope you join them. Matt, you're back. Good to see you back. I don't know why you left.
It was a quick bio break.
Okay, well.
Emergencies happen.
You do not want
Everybody's got
explosive
their own.
bladders
I'm
upon you.
trying to start a show, but everybody's got their own thing going on. I don't know. No one's professional here. We're just a bunch of monkeys. That's what it is.
Explosive
I mean, like,
bladders upon you.
none of us are
Explosive bladders on you,
professional.
Explosive bladders on you, and you turn yellow.
None of us are professionals. We're all a bunch of friends having fun, playing Legend of the Five Rings. That said, I like to put on a good show for everybody. So let's get the show started with the 30-second recap. Rules of 30-second recap are everybody has 30 seconds to introduce your character and describe something that happened in the previous game that they thought was poignant to their character or poignant to everything, something they think is important. After you're done describing that, the timer will go off at 30 seconds, and you have to bring the next person in line. And I always start first to give a general overview. And we will begin right now. Everybody's at Winter Court. This is the place where the Emperor goes for the winter, and it's like a big party, but it's also court, and it can be deadly. A lot of political negotiations happen here. These guys are currently at the Mantis party. The Mantis decided to throw a party, and be careful. And these people, the party here, they all decided that it would be a good opportunity to get the invitation to the Winter Court from the Mantis. And that's it. So I think... Would you stop that, please? Oh my god. Okay. I'm done. I think that leads right into what Shiba Noe, what Josh's character is doing. So Josh, go.
Yes. Alrighty, so Shiba Inoue has left the party of the Mantis in order to go try to understand the invitation better, only to find out that it was stolen by a thief, a shinobi. So he chased down this shinobi in order to try to get back the letter in many ways, like grasp of earth, freezing their legs, even getting slashed a couple of times, and to the point where he ended up knocking himself unconscious from all that. So after being unconscious...
Next,
Tagashi Tatsuo, or Matt.
All right, so basically, Tatsuo heard some yelling or like said something was wrong, so he decided to check up on his friend and see if he went to the embassy. Only to find out that some samurai were saying, "Oh yeah, we saw this phoenix running and cursing," and he's like, "Wait a second, he wouldn't normally do that." So he went, found Inoue unconscious, slapped him awake, and went through a little bit of the inner clan drama, quelled it a bit, and now they're looking for the shinobi. Got it.
Yeah, go. Next.
Next.
Matt, you choose who's next.
Oh, okay.
Why is this hard?
Who? Me?
Tarek, yes.
Okay, Komakage got drunk at a party, promised Lady Megami that he would help her to secure the lead role in The Fisherman's Daughter. Is not quite sure how he's going to pull that one off, but hopefully he will, in an attempt to solidify a friendly alliance between the Lion and the Mantis clan. He is also trying to gather influence and courtship with the Scorpion clan, and that's what his major priorities are right now. And Nozomi, finish us off.
Okay, well, Nozomi's basically been chatting with people at the party. Last seen with Lady Megami. And, yeah, not much happened.
This episode will be focused on the two of you, since both Josh and I kind of took over. Unless things
All
need to
right.
happen.
Well, that's the recap, everybody. I hope you are all caught up and can understand what's going on, because we're trucking right ahead. We're
I
not
blame the
stopping.
30-second timer.
So, we'll pick up right where we left.
Precisely.
Did,
Give me this.
did we earn
Give me
any
this,
bonus,
give me this.
void for our descriptions?
Oh yeah.
We will pick up where we last left off. Shiba Noe and Togashi Tatsuo are talking about the shinobi menace that stole his invitation. They are at the south wall of the Crab Embassy. And go.
All right. So, out of character, I assume that the other samurai already went off to their own investigations. The Matsu was looking for some other samurai, I believe a unicorn, and we were at the part where we were agreeing to split off.
That is
So,
correct.
Mm-hmm.
That is
So-
correct.
All right. So
Now that they're gone.
Tatsuo will see if he can probably have Momo try to sniff out and, try to see if he can detect the scent of the shinobi. See if he can pick up anything from there.
That's an interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What kind of roll should Momo make for this?
Culture.
Nose roll.
Nose roll.
Huh.
Hmm.
That's a good question, actually.
Would it be social?
I mean, I feel like it would be social.
Yeah, these are just skill
I
groups
honestly
for
think
him.
it would
So
be
yeah,
a labor skill
go.
or a trade skill.
A
would
trade
be-
skill.
I would think, yeah, because I would think it would be survival.
Labor.
Yeah, survival under
Survival.
trade. You're
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
right.
I think survival would make sense.
Survival under trade. So go ahead and roll his.
So I would have.
I'm
open
gonna
up-
say. I'm going.
Air, fire. or
I'm going
water
to say he
all
can't
seem
do it.
Vaguely.
He doesn't know what he's looking for.
Ah.
Yeah.
For a lot
you,
of sense, yeah.
you need a scent.
Okay, so I think if I remember correctly, Inoue had had the like a shred for
No.
no.
That
no.
was a rip, not a shred. I did not get a piece of it. He
Okay.
clarified that at the end. So
He just cut a hole.
All right.
Well,
All right. That's a shame.
there could be
and I've been
pieces.
laying in mud.
No one looked.
Wait.
Yeah. Would the mud keep a
Well,
scent?
that's the thing is that it grabbed onto her legs. It's a her. So I don't know if there's a way I can recall what that scent was, but I don't even know how I would do that. So probably not.
Okay.
If-
Maybe we can ask for a little bit of
I can't
assistance from
say
the
that
kami.
because it would be medic.
Maybe they might be able to lend a clue. Maybe the
Ooh.
earth kami or the water kami.
I forget which spirit I can talk to. I think the only one would know would probably be the water coming, but I don't even know. I guess I would commune with spirits then. I've been using a lot of magic this time around. Damn it, where did I put it?
Okay.
No.
And Inoue-san, in the meantime, you think I should go ahead and have Hida Nozomi and
Well,
Maybe I should-
judging by how it's going to affect our relationship with the mantis, if they find out that their invitation not only has been taken, but it'll also put them at a disadvantage when it comes to Crane. So,
Well, as long as it stays within our circle, we shouldn't have too much issue. But I would probably have problems pulling them away, considering that they are entertaining some of the other guests at the Mantis house. So,
of course. Forgive me, I'm still looking through all my... Oh, you know what? It's a ritual. Okay, there it is. Yeah, right then and there, I'm gonna use commune with spirits.
Okay, you're going to commune with spirits. That is a ritual.
Correct. Like right then and there.
Something that'll take you a few minutes, right?
Yep, this will take a while. Rituals take a downtime action. So
Okay.
I believe this one does. Usually, rituals take a while to do. These are Shuji. We're looking for rituals.
Oh, right. I should.
And
have
because we're
remembered.
continuing
Yeah.
off, I can't use my school ability.
Yes. As a downtime activity or a support action, you may make a support action. Weird. You may make a TN1 theology check using air, earth, fire, water, or void to appeal to nearby spirits. If you succeed, choose and receive one of the following boons from the spirit you contacted. And then you can spend opportunity to get additional boons or reduce the TN of your next check to interact with or appeal to the kami. So, I'm going to say it's a downtime action here. So it'll
Okay.
take some time to do. But you may definitely do such a thing.
Okay. I will do so. So, where you at? Okay. Whoa. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go into the water ring. And I am going to go in water stance to do so. Just double checking everything before I go and do anything.
Okay, water stance.
Yeah. And Pop.
Not bad.
Okay, what are you keeping here?
Let's see where my conflict. I'll take. I can only take 3.
What's the TN on this roll?
1.
Oh, it's just one. Okay, I'll probably take the explosive success with the.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the explosive success and the 2 opportunity.
Okay.
So I'll take that stride
And explode.
and explode.
And
Okay.
explode the die.
Oh, it's a skill
Explode.
die. So let's make sure that it's indeed a skill die. Click roll.
Oh, very
Hey!
nice.
So 2 success and 3 opportunity. That makes the roll. You can spend your opportunity. How would you like to spend them?
And go back to my techniques. Let's see. If I succeed, each boon, supernatural presence of this element, I like to. What is the boon? I never wrote down. Apparently, I never wrote down the boon. Oh God.
The boons are the 3 things you can do: the sense kami, the spiritual knowledge, or the elemental gift.
It's the. Oh, it's the. Wait, say it again.
The sense kami?
Sense the kami, spiritual knowledge, and elemental gift. It's right there on the page that you're looking at. Those are the 3 boons you can take.
Oh, okay.
So you get 1 for the success, and you can spend
Right.
your opportunity for extra boons, or
Right.
or you can reduce the TN of your next check to interact or appeal to the kami of this element, or you can just do the regular stuff by spending opportunity, like removing 2 strife from yourself, or spot a physical detail present in your environment not directly related to your check.
Damn it. Decisions. Well, I was planning on using the kami in order to ascertain where.
You wanted spiritual knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I'll use that. Yeah.
It says it right there on the page. Spiritual
He's
knowledge.
looking at his technique
He's under
sheet,
a
not-
lot of pressure, man. Come on.
So you get that. You have your spiritual knowledge. What are you spending your opportunities on?
I thought that was for the.
No, you get that for a success.
can-
Okay.
Yeah, get other.
And then, because I was looking at where to put my opportunities on, that's why you were confusing me.
So now you can spend your opportunity. If you don't know what to spend your opportunity is, that's fine. We can just move on.
No, that's the thing is I want to use it to. I'm trying to figure out a way, without pressure, to hunt down this shinobi using the water kami, since she got soaked.
Spiritual knowledge. You already got
Yes.
the success for that. That's what you wanted. That's what you got the success for.
Yes, but I want to use the opportunity in order to make it more successful instead of just being okay.
So
I have
more
the knowledge.
Opportunity doesn't help in that way. Opportunity gives you other things that are adjacent to, there are things.
I mean, as a general water thing, you can use opportunity to do it faster.
You can perform the task efficiently, saving supplies. So yeah, you can do it faster.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do
so-
that.
That's the
yeah,
best.
so the next time you have to do it, one and done. Won't have to take a downtime.
No, that's for this check. This check will
Yeah.
be done faster, more efficiently, saving
Or
supplies.
you can just, like,
You can just do
remove strife.
it. Or you can remove
Yeah, I don't
strife.
care about strife right now.
All right.
My brain's right now on hunting down.
You do this as quickly and as efficiently as possible using your 3 opportunity. Boom, 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 boom. You bring it down. I'm going to say you can bring it down to an action because you got 3 opportunity. So my goodness, you pull
Wow.
out some spiritual salt. You do the thing, and
They land in just the right artistic pattern.
so, what happens is you feel most of the water kami frozen in place in this environment,
Right.
except for that within the mud puddle. And
Okay.
that in the mud puddle is freezing as well. And you see a line of water kami almost freezing before your eyes, going from east to west.
She's in this direction. I look at Togashi. I don't know if there's any scent that can be ascertained, because I can see the water kami. Togashi,
Would it be visible
Yeah.
to me, since he did the ritual?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, since she is within that general direction, I don't know how soon we can make it to her.
I don't know how long I've been out for, so
I know I only just heard you yelling, so I assumed that we're going to be walking in that general direction, but I'm probably getting myself prepped to just start going in that direction myself if I have to start hunting her down.
right. Let's head in that direction.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, which direction are you headed off? East or west?
Well, we're going
We're gonna head
west.
because it was going from east to west. So.
All right.
Mhm.
You guys move. Oops. This guy is back home from the party. You move to the west,
Mm-hmm.
and you see the party over. Let's get the map.
Huh.
Let's bring the map in for the general audience. They can't see that.
Okay.
Okay. Huh. Funny. She it looked like she was heading towards the Scorpion Clan embassy, when Inoue was being chased, and now
You don't know that.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that as the player.
So
But now
you
it's the
see the
opposite
party
direction.
is a lot smaller now as the night has gone on.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're following this the path that the water kami is laid out for you,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
you notice a fissure in the ground.
Ah, well, that's unusual.
How big is this fissure?
Enough to trap a person's foot.
Wait a minute. Is it the same one that I created?
It is. Where she ripped her pants.
That might leave us a clue.
Togashi, look around the area. See if she's left anything behind. Pieces of cloth or
Shoe
because
leather.
I halted her here. I made this.
All right, I'll have Momo step around to see if he can catch a scent,
A scent of what?
of a person.
Well,
The person.
we have to- we have to look
person.
There are
first
people here.
before
This is a
God can be
well-traveled path.
Mm,
Yeah, there's gonna be tons of scents on here. We
Okay.
need to
No,
find
you
something
need to
specific of her.
Find a piece
All right.
of her clothing.
Can I make a survival roll to find the any physical evidence
Okay.
of what might have been left?
You can make a. I'll say survival's fine. You can make a survival water check.
Okay. Survival of water.
Survey the area.
Mm-hmm. All right. Loads of opportunities, but no way to use them.
Well, I mean, you
Great.
can still use them.
Yeah, it's a water check. You can reduce your strife. You can
Um,
spot a physical detail in your environment not directly related to your check.
You know what? I will go ahead and do that then with the one opportunity without strife. Just spot a physical detail not related to my search.
Okay. So you'll have to take at least 1 strike for that because it costs 2 opportunity to do it.
Oh, okay. All right. So if that's the case, I'll keep all 3 opportunities and use one of them to get rid of the strife.
Okay.
Yes,
That sounds good.
good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
All right.
So, you start putting your hand in that crack and feeling around for a piece of cloth, and it's cold and miserable, and you hate it. So you're kind of looking up, and then you see, back at the party, Bayushi Mei-ling, she is being accosted by the unicorn that you were talking to earlier.
Oh,
The dude who insulted.
Takashi is
Did you
not
go?
really happy with seeing that. So if anything, like, he'll go ahead and inform Inoue. Like, I might have to set this aside for a moment. Could you please excuse me, Inoue-san? And I will try to see if I could dispel what the heck is going on. So I assume that that's the unicorn that followed us.
Yes.
Earlier.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the dude who insulted Kachiko, remember?
Yeah,
exactly
I
what he
had
did.
a feeling. I had a feeling. So Tagashi will, approach and
Okay.
ask what, what's going on, what's happening.
You'll make your way down there.
excuse me,
And
sir.
you hear him saying stuff like, "Oh, that's a likely alibi. You don't mind if I go talk to that person, do you?" And she's like, "Do whatever you feel you like. I'm not going to stop you from doing anything." Oh, that's good to hear. And you walk up as
I've
this
been
is happening.
deputized by an Emerald Magistrate.
As you approach, the unicorn turns towards you, and then he bows slightly, turns to Mei-ling, and says, "Stay right there." And he'll kind of walk up to you. He says, "I think I found her."
Now, what is the evidence that makes you believe that she was the shinobi?
She's a
Can
woman.
I-
She's a scorpion.
Can I make an observation real quick?
Yeah.
Matt, you would know most people in Rokugan do not go off of evidence. They go off of testimony, and the person with the highest status will usually win those legal arguments. We learned that when we were going to Emerald Magistrate School. Unless you're a Kitsuki, only the Kitsuki really put any weight behind evidence.
He says, "Obviously, I was wrong with Kachiko before, and I acted too hastily. She's much too high status to have done something like this. She'd have somebody like this woman over here do the dirty work. She's our prime suspect."
I would not believe that would be the case, considering that she was still at this location when I heard my friend Inoue, yell outside.
Was she? Were you talking to her at the time?
No, I was not speaking with her at the time.
Where
No,
were
I
you
did
during
meet her
that
in my-
time?
I was with some friends of mine, but I believe she was within my line of sight. In the meantime.
I don't know. These scorpion are tricky. They wear disguises, you know. There could have been somebody here looking like her while she does her deed, robbing Inoue, Shiba Inoue-sama. Have you considered that? These scorpion, they're smarter than you think. They're like levels. They think in levels.
They're playing three-dimensional shogi.
So so right now I'm trying to consider a role that might work with this situation, because I do have a rank in command, and try to see if I could probably have him shift his attention to maybe talk with Inoue and say, my friend is an Emerald Magistrate. Maybe his word might have a little more weight as to where you might want to search, aside from making any.
You know what? As Shiba Inoue Sama's Yoriki, duly appointed, I would like you to go back, because you're his friend. You can go back there. I can detain her here, and you can go back there, so you can bring Inoue here to do the arrest. That's why I came over in the first place. I thought, this is the perfect opportunity.
All right. So, I'm gonna take myself out of the scene for a little bit, because this is something I'm gonna have to think about a little more. It's like, okay.
Bayushi Mei Ling is staring daggers over at you.
There's an easy out here.
I'm trying to see if I could just say, look, dude, just back down. I don't think that she has anything to do with this at all. And more than likely, Tagashi's gonna have to fill her in as to what the hell's going on.
He says, "No, you look here. I'm a Yoriki. You're a monk. Go get Shiba Inoue-sama. He'll know what to do about this situation."
All right. Taking myself out of the scene again. So essentially, I'm still trying to think. Okay,
Mei Ling has crossed her arms, and is just glaring right at you.
Yeah, I can already imagine, Tatsuo is still here. I'm just putting a pause button on the scene, and I'm still trying to think. Okay, what the hell can I say to this guy to just make him back off? Because I'm like, all right, you know what? This situation already right here is absurd and ridiculous.
Can I give you some advice?
Please.
You're a monk. You're a monk, but you're still a Dragon Clan samurai.
Yes.
So you can call him out on the insult, or you can just attempt to browbeat him into submission. I don't think he's going to listen to please and thank yous at this point.
Yeah, so and I'm probably going to be a little blunt about this too, because that is one of my adversities, just being blunt. I have difficulty expressing things indirectly or overlooking insinuations. So I'm just going to call him out on a command check.
Okay.
And I will.
So what is this? What is this adversity that you have for bluntness? Is it just? Is it called bluntness?
Yes, you have difficulty expressing things directly, and you overlook insinuations and implications in the statements of others unless they are pointed
to
out
interpret
to you
subtext. Okay, so this is not. This has nothing to do with subtext. Okay, make your command. Make your command roll.
I'll make a command Earth because I want to reason with this guy.
Okay.
It just said reasoning is probably
all right. It is
I'll
usually a TN3, but since you're trying to reason with a drunk guy, it's TN4.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to tell you before, reasoning with him or
Probably
trying to be
should have been
polite is
like-
probably not the right idea.
All right.
Go home. You're
No, you
drunk.
already said you're reasoning with him. You stated just because
Yeah.
I said now you're changing because I said that was the wrong one. No, you're doing it.
All right,
Do it.
fine. I will confirm it. Hopefully, I'll have some explosives.
You'll need
Maybe spend a void.
Corey didn't hand out any void, so I can't spend it unless
Oh,
Corey.
right.
Well, yeah, because we did
liked
the
our-
30-minute thing.
It's
We
all
all
right.
did that.
Just go. Just go.
All right. Just gonna go.
You
All right,
have
I'm
3
going
and
to
1
keep-
explosive.
All 3 of those successes, and I will re-roll that explosive, hoping to our Lord and Savior Zod that I'm going to get another success, and another success,
and keeping all of those dice.
All
I would
right.
like to
That's
applaud you,
Corey.
In Zod we
Ah,
trust.
But I would also like to point out it is fitting that you got
Four stripes, yeah.
as a part.
Yeah. It's really stressing you out to reason with this stupid guy.
Yeah. He's like, but electrolytes are what plants crave. Oh, well.
You should have just been like, "You're drunk. Go home."
And like any way that I could use that opportunity to offload any of the stripe that I got and just give it to him because I'm like a little
Nope.
with him. No.
It's Earth,
That was
so
an
you
Earth
can reassure someone else in the scene. So you can reassure Mei Ling and get
Yes,
rid of
I
her.
will reassure Maylin.
There you go. Good idea. She softens now at the situation as you tell this guy that is my friend over there, and you accusing my friend, Shiba Inoue wouldn't like that very much. Because Shiba Inoue and I go way back. So if you want to keep your Yuriki job, just find a new suspect. And he kind of bristles and he's like, if I find out you're protecting her, and then gives you a curt bow and then walks into the party.
Oh, what
Bravo,
a
man.
mess.
Bravo.
Tatsuo just like kind of sighs a bit. Is like, oh, what a mess.
Mei Ling walks up and says, what was all of that?
So I found my friend Inoue-san knocked out, and we are on the lookout for a shinobi. And this was one of the samurai that followed me, trying to find Inoue-san. So I'm sorry, but unfortunately, Inoue-san tasked him along with a few others to do some investigations, and apparently you were caught up in the crossfire, for which I sincerely apologize for. It's
What
been
happened
a
to Shiba Inoue?
ridiculous moments.
She asks again, what happened to Shiba Inoue?
I found him knocked out outside of the Crab Embassy, and he told me that a shinobi has taken something from him.
I doubt there was a shinobi. There was somebody who ambushed him, yes. But shinobi, well...
They're a myth.
What?
Well, I wouldn't question my friend who is an Emerald Magistrate.
Don't I have wounds on my body too?
She says, in response to that, she says, I do not doubt he was attacked by somebody. But even if an Emerald Magistrate walks around and starts shouting that there are shinobi about, people are not going to look kindly on this. They'll respect him as an Emerald Magistrate, but he might get passed over for promotions. He might... There's a lot of things that might happen because he's saying these things. And no one will say it's because of these things, but it's because of these things. So he could say he was ambushed by somebody in the night. And that is perfectly fine. How is Inoue doing? How is Inoue-san right now? Is he okay?
He's up and about, and he and I are trying to investigate any physical evidence of whomever ambushed him. And we can't really seem to find much physical evidence aside from where the kami has pointed us towards. And while we were doing our investigation, I happened to see what happened to you, and I felt that I had to step in for a moment.
Well, next time, if something like that happens, just come on over and you can escort me home. You don't even have to talk to a belligerent drunk like that. And if he then stops you, well, we're samurai.
I will be sure to keep that in mind in the future. My apologies for making it unnecessarily lengthy. Well, if anything, I will have to continue the investigation. But if you would like me to escort you back to the clan embassy, I will be more than happy to do so.
I'm very curious about who attacked Shiba Inoue, and if I'm not intruding, I would like to ask if it's okay if I can come with you.
Personally, I see no problem with it.
This party is over anyways. So, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna go back to the singing, dancing, people doing the partying, and y'all are getting tired. Y'all have kind of worn yourself out a bit. The party's dying down.
So it's time to head home for the night.
Yep.
I will politely say my goodbyes to the mantis in attendance, and kind of collect my things and look around for. There's two people that I'm looking for, which is technically one group and one person, which is are my friends, all of my friends, and Ikoma Rumiko, so that I can escort her home.
Okay. You notice, looking around, you see Togashi Tatsuo, like, they're at this, hold on. Let me rearrange these icons a little.
Like everybody's all spread out, just all over.
They're
the
at
map.
the entrance to the Fantastic Gardens. And he's talking to Bayushi Mei-ling. And Akoma Rukio is not here. She seems to have left already. But that's okay. Most of the dragon have left. The scorpion are still here. And Kasuga Yumiko has excused herself for the night too, after the last song. And Shika Yuki, she left with Togashi Tatsuo a long time ago, and she never came back. And you do see Chagatai talking to the mantis.
I thought you were gonna say he's naked and drunk and running around rampant.
I expect that.
There's also a unicorn samurai, like, talking to a few people. There are some, like, other nameless samurai still here. Some of them are unicorn, some of them are scorpion and crab, but most of the dragon have already left. Some lion are still here, but they're kind of like they're not coming like as a group or anything.
I will sigh in quiet frustration that there are no eligible bachelorettes for me to woo, and I will go search for Hida
Lady
Nozomi.
Megami's right there. She's been dancing with y'all and having fun.
Yeah, but I feel like if I were to seduce Lady Megami, that would probably be bad news for me.
And
So-
Hida Rumiko is right over there.
At this time.
I'll just go and find Hida Nozomi and offer to escort her
Or,
back to the
yeah,
cabin.
I'm sorry, Hida Nozomi. Yeah, Hida Nozomi is right there. Okay. Hida Nozomi and you. Go for it.
Nozomi-san,
Yes, Kage.
how did you enjoy the party?
It was fun.
A break from the tedium, I assume.
Yes.
Indeed.
Song and dance and drinking always cheer the spirit.
And we didn't even have to leave the castle. Go figure. Mantis are always good for some entertainment and levity.
Yes.
Can I escort you back to the crab embassies?
Why not?
Good. After all, we are in Crane lands, we wouldn't want to get into any spots of trouble as samurai walking back from a night of revelry. Hopefully we're not stopped by any Crane magistrates on our way.
Oh, or should I be walking you home so you don't get in trouble?
I may have to take you up on an offer for protection if that's what this is, Nozomi-san. After all, I'm
Yes.
sure that Shisui would find a way or find a reason, any excuse really would work for her to try to cut me down in the streets here. I have a feeling that she is itching for her blade to be freed at some point. I'm honestly worried, if I'm to be honest. I will say as I kind of walk out of the party so that I'm not within earshot of most people. And then as we get closer to the entrance of the garden, I'll kind of look over and notice Mai and Tatsu and go, perhaps we should leave them to their own devices. We do not want to
Giggles.
intrude.
Momo will kind of run on over to y'all and beg for pets and treats.
Yeah, I'll kneel
I'll
down and give him.
definitely pet him.
Yeah, give him
Aw,
some.
little Momo.
And yeah, Togashi Tatsuo, you notice them walking out of the party.
Well, considering that we didn't want to, considering that Shiba and Noe and I didn't want to intrude on their merriment previously, I'll probably go ahead and see if we can call them over and see if we can do a little bit of an investigation to see what the heck was going on, because we need some insight to from another Emerald Magistrate.
I will say I will be kind of distracted, like giving Momo a bunch of belly rubs because I haven't seen him in a long time.
Well, I'll Tatsuo will kind of saunter on up and kind of announce or welcome them, say hello to them again, and also say there has been a little bit of trouble with Shiba-san. I would suggest perhaps we reconvene with him.
I kind of pause my belly scritches for a minute and then slowly raise my one eye up to you with a quirked eyebrow.
He's been assaulted.
Got into trouble.
He's been assaulted. I found him knocked out outside the Crab Embassy. I woke him up, but we are doing a little bit of investigation, and we could use your insight.
Phoenix assaulted in Crane in Doji Castle.
But he's okay?
He's all right now, but we have a document missing.
Would be so bold as to assault Shiba Inoue?
Like
in the middle of a Crane castle.
It
give him a
makes
pat.
no sense.
I give the dog a pat on the belly and then stand up, kind of stretch and shake off the drunkenness from my mind. Right, take me to where you found him.
All right, so I'll lead the entire party back to where I left Shiba Inoue.
So
I
Shiba
get a very
Noe,
stern look on my face.
It's been a while.
Shiba Noe, you've been left all alone as the monk has gone to
For
the fantastic,
several minutes.
to the fantastic
Yeah, I
gardens,
was kind of paused as soon as he left. I'm like, right,
and you're there with a crack in the ground.
right. So I start looking around to see if there's any evidence.
Okay, how
of
are you
anything.
looking? What are you looking for? How are you looking? All of those details.
I'm looking for any evidence, and even let's see if I can.
I know what you're looking for. That wasn't the question.
No, yeah.
There are two questions.
How are you looking?
I'm gonna.
And where are you? Where? How?
Are you going to continue using the kami? Are you gonna?
I'm also gonna see if I could use. I don't know how I would use this. My precise memory, my distinction, to see if I can remember what the blade that she was coming at me looked like.
You mean the knife?
The knife that she was using. I don't know if it was a plain knife or if it was a
All right.
specific
You have
kind of
precise memory. That is a precise memory. Here it
Sounds
is.
like an earth thing.
When performing checks for which you must recall details, such as game's Earth, you may re-roll up to 2 dice. So,
I would suddenly
how
choose
are
something
you
harder.
remembering?
I'm
So,
trying to, since I was sitting there.
This is gonna be design. Then we're gonna do design.
I was
Earth.
thinking design or
For recall.
smithing.
Design Earth.
Yes.
Okay, I got no ranks in that, so
Well, you
Wish
get to
me
re-roll
luck.
2 dice.
right, that's true. Okay,
Oh, look. You don't need
I will keep
to.
those 2 dice. Let me add that pain of strife, since I'm strifed up like crazy, and let me re-roll that ring. Ah.
You
Oh,
don't
I
have
am-
to keep it.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm already stressed out. I'm already strifed up as it is.
Well, you could take your time to catch your breath while we're, trying to get back to you.
I'm in Earth stance. That means I would have to come back in the water stance, or take a breather, right?
Corey, what's your rule and judgment on that?
What do you mean? Oh, after a scene ends, your strife goes down to half of your strife. But this has been all kind of the same scene since he's woken back up. This is like
Right.
an investigative scene that has been continuing.
Okay.
So you
So
can
on-
stop and like cool yourself down if you want. And if you do that, you'll take several rounds or minutes to bring yourself back down to half your composure.
Gotcha.
So you can definitely do that.
Okay. I will do that. Back to normal state. Oh god.
Otherwise, you probably would have had to throw another fit.
Yeah, I was literally like about to stress out one more over and I'd have to unmask all. No, I don't think I have that. No, this is a new session technically, right? Yeah.
That's up to Corey. That's up to our game master right now. So,
Precisely.
but let's just say, you know what? You cooled down.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Yeah.
So, how
was
soon?
my search a success or not? That's the other thing.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, what is your intellectual reflection?
Thinking back,
Uh-huh.
you remember something about the knife. It was not like a
okay.
kitchen knife or a peasant knife. It wasn't an Ayaguchi, which are like small knives that can be like concealed.
Mhm.
This knife was a tanto, which is a courtier's knife.
Yeah, they're slightly longer than Ayaguchi, and they have a hilt, where Ayaguchi typically do not.
Okay. A courtier attacked me.
So you sit down, you're like
Perhaps.
getting this memory to come back and you're cooling yourself down. And that
Yeah.
should take long enough for the rest of the party to come up and see you.
Okay.
So everybody else
as-
can join him.
As
And
we're
Bayushi Mei
moving,
Ling is there too because Togashi Tatsuo says it was okay.
By the way, as we're moving down toward where Shiba Inoue is, my character's
Yes, Momo
taking...
comes with us too.
Okay, I'm trying to make a statement real quick. As we're walking down this road, Kage is keeping a keen eye out from like a tactical perspective. I was told that Inoue got assaulted, so I'm looking around for signs of distress, where places would be where if I was going to ambush somebody, I would think to set up the ambush or to like use distractions, use the terrain.
Make a
Just
tactics
trying to
survey roll.
stack.
Tactics water.
Ooh, nice.
I'll make a TN2
Oh,
on this.
I'll do the 2 successes without strife and 1 of the opportunities.
Okay.
And I'll use the opportunity to notice something in the scene that may not be directly.
That
related
costs.
to-
That's 2 opportunity to do that. You need,
Oh, okay.
Take down strife.
I have 0 strife.
Yeah.
Then I'll just let it. I'll let it fly. See if there's anything that you can think of.
GM, you do something with it. Sure.
Be special.
You notice that this is the entrance to the Fantastic Gardens. And there are shadows here by the walls where you could possibly, if you were to ambush somebody going into the Sheba
Phoenix Embassy.
Phoenix Embassy. Yeah, the Phoenix Embassy, you could do that, but there are guards outside of the Phoenix Embassy. So it wasn't done right outside the door. If you were to do it, it's probably as you're passing by the entrance to the Fantastic Gardens. But not, especially because it was a large party and there was a lot of people, like the party was spilling out into the gardens.
Okay.
So if there's anybody going to do anything, right there, right kind of where you were all standing and where Togashi Tatsuo and Mei Ling were standing would have been the best place to ambush him. Then as you move further down to the south, you notice Shiba Inoue is leaning up against the rail, kind of resting himself, and in the ground there is a crack. And that definitely is a sign of some sort of battle that happened here. This crack in the ground.
Okay. Kage will keep walking like slowly behind you guys, not necessarily keeping absolute pace with you, but kind of walking not leisurely, but like focused on the surrounding.
So very contemplatively.
Yeah.
Do I hear movement behind me?
No. I'm, like as the group is walking up to you, my character's kind of a few paces back, kind of taking stock of the area. He looks like
Concentrating
he's looking
really
around.
hard.
Yeah, so you're meandering a little bit.
I'm asking because I'm a little on edge, so my hand immediately goes to my wakizashi, and I turn my head.
Well, you would probably see the rest of them before you even.
Well, it's
noted.
while I was resting. That's why I was kind of like a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit more alert.
Oh, by the way, there is only a single guard at the Phoenix Embassy, at the Phoenix
Embassy.
guest house. Just a single one.
I kind of take stock. Does he look like he's prepared, or does he look like he's taking the job seriously, or is he kind of like, I'm in the middle of a giant castle. There's not really going to be much danger around.
Make a
sentiment?
sentiment air roll.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I'll keep the 2 explosive successes and the success without strife.
Okay. Keep rolling then if you want to.
And I'll keep the opportunity.
All right. You notice behind the leg of the guard, kind of hidden away, you see a sake bottle.
I take stock of that, but I don't immediately take action on it.
It looks like a sake bottle from the party.
Not a surprise.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Very interesting. I will then like stroll up to the rest of the group after I've kind of
Okay.
gained a handle on the situation.
they find the puddle yet? Was that before or was that after the crash?
The puddle? That's
The-
by
the-
the crab
the
The
embassy.
puddle's like over here
Yeah.
by the crab embassy.
Yeah, where I found you knocked out.
Right.
So everybody is now in this area right here. By the way, let me show. I changed my map again. All right, there we go.
So Tatsuo, apologizes for leaving Inoue by himself. He explains to Inoue that he found Bayushin Meilin getting accosted by one of the Bushi that came with me when I found him. So just try to settle that little issue there,
I understand.
and then getting the rest of the crew with us.
I understand. Thank you for getting them.
Mhm.
I remembered something else during my incursion.
Oh,
They were using a courtier's knife. They were using a tanto.
huh.
Maitland gives you like a knowing gaze.
As he says
I
that,
didn't even notice until I saw her. I was like, oh. she's here.
as I hear him say that, I kind of walk forward and go, it would be fitting, considering we're at Winter Court. So, I was told by Tatsuo that you were assaulted in Inoue. What can you tell me of what you remember?
I lean in towards Kage because I don't know if I can trust Mei-Ling with particular information. So one magistrate to another, I kind of lean in. It's like they stole the invitation of the mantis that I had that I was going to look over in detail. Just as I got to the Phoenix Embassy.
They attack you in front of the entrance of the Fantastic Garden.
I might have been in a blind spot or something else might have happened, but they took it right from my person and I gave chase.
I would suggest that you have your embassy head reprimand the guards in front of the Phoenix Embassy.
Why is that?
Seems they may have been partaking in the party rather than standing watch all night.
Oh, I will do.
Oh, and when you go back, remind them to clean up the mess behind their feet, lest anyone else see their weakness and plan further incursions into your embassy.
Indeed. I'll see if they can try to double the defenses.
Do you think that this has anything to do with the letters we were sent before?
Possibly. I mean, why else would they assault a Phoenix Emerald Magistrate on Doji soil?
It is quite bold. I'll give them that.
Yes.
But it is an embarrassment for the Crane themselves not being able to protect their own allies within their own embassy or within their own castles. Should word get out, it could be seen as an insult were you to make this information public.
That can also mean that I might have an upper hand against getting the needs met, as I spoke to you earlier about. So I'm not too worried about such a situation.
This is
now.
true, especially if you use this leverage in private with the Crane.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that this happened to you, Shiba-san. If I were not so enraptured by the ability to abnegate my responsibilities during the party, perhaps I would have been able to assist you sooner. That is a
If I've
failing.
only been
I
stronger,
apologize.
you have nothing to apologize for. If I was only stronger, I would have been able to handle this myself. The very factor that I had to use my Emerald Magistrate position to command other samurai to help me look for such a such an individual. I must apologize to anyone who got caught up in it. That was
Yeah. Do not blame yourself.
unbecoming of me.
Do not blame yourself for following your own protocol. You were well within your rights. Now, let me see your wounds. I'm not much of a healer, but at least I can take gauge of or stock of whether the assailant was skilled. May lead us to some clues into who it was who perpetrated this act.
The assailant didn't strike at me. For the most part, they were just trying to evade me. It was only on then until I closed the gap that they started attacking. So I show my wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A minor water wound.
So I'll take stock of the attacks. Can I do like a martial arts melee like fire check to try to gauge the skill level of the person who was attacking?
Okay. Yeah, sure. It's gonna be a bit difficult. I'm gonna make it 4 successes for a TN of 4 because, like, that's pretty hard just from a looking at a
that's
wound.
fair.
Yeah.
Can I assist by giving information such as what I did, how they reacted?
Definitely.
Oh,
Yes. Do you have tactics as a skill?
I have tactics as a skill.
Okay,
Rank
give
1.
yourself another skill die there, Tarek.
Okay. So this is gonna be tactics then, not a martial arts melee.
'Cause that's
Yeah.
what
Let's do martial arts melee. You're right. You're right. Martial arts melee. Do you
I
have
got one of those too. So.
You have that too? Okay, it's still an extra skill die.
Nope.
And you get to keep an extra die, which is interesting.
Yep. I also have Fukurakujin's blessing, so whenever I'm trying to theorize something using a fire skill or fire approach, I get to reroll 2 dice.
Oh, look, you got
I don't think
some
I'm
blanks
gonna
there.
reroll. I'll take the explosive success with strife, the success without strife, and the
More?
2 successes with strife. So I'll take an extra 3 strife. 3.
So you took all 4 successes?
Yeah, and
Okay.
then I'll re-roll the.
Or you'll roll a new die.
Explode.
Explode the
Yeah.
die.
I'll explode the extra die.
Okay,
So
5 successes.
and I'll gain 1 more strife.
5 successes. So, yeah, a couple things. First off, everybody here, unless most of the people here are armed with swords.
Mhm.
Even Wakazashi, and it would be far easier to kill or dispose of somebody with that kind of a weapon. So if you're using knives, there are a couple of reasons to use that. One is to conceal a weapon. But the Mantis don't have any bans or restrictions on weapons. So if they were at the party, there would be no reason to do that. Right? Secondly, this was a courtier's knife. So, like, it obviously wasn't a samurai using this. That said,
You mean it wasn't a bushi?
or it wasn't a bushi. Because they would probably have just used a sword. They probably would have just used a sword.
Yeah. And a courtier's knife isn't necessarily renowned for being a ninja weapon, so
And
it may not have been someone who was trying to directly, like, assassinate him.
lastly, this person does have a modicum of skill with this knife. So it's not like it was an unskilled person.
They're not crude slices, they're clean cuts.
Yes, this person was definitely trying to slow this person down.
And yeah,
Okay.
we know it wasn't
In
an
fact-
assassination attempt just from what
Yeah, him.
happened.
In fact, this critical hit was done with the specific intent to knock Inoue unconscious.
I look up at you. I look up at Inoue and go, "You had him right where you wanted him, didn't you?"
I had the letter in hand. I took it from them, and then they took it back by incapacitating me.
This person is skilled
Quite.
and bold.
Very.
Right between the party and your guest house.
It's so
Bravely
close.
bold.
That's why I didn't think much of it.
You wouldn't. They lulled you into a sense of security.
I guess they didn't presume that I would take notice nor take chase.
I think this person underestimated your skill, and you may have had them pay the price for it had they not have landed
She-
this.
She did. I
I
discovered.
look at you. I look at you and blink for a minute, like almost
I
like
clarified.
it's probably hard to determine whether it's disbelief or like disbelief in what you're telling him, like this was a female, which Kage has never really been in any way sexist or like pointing out that women couldn't do something like this.
Yes.
So that may lead you to assume he maybe is like judging whether or not you like how comfortable you are with the idea of being assaulted by a female courtier, the potential of being assaulted by a female courtier and being knocked out. Like there's a look on his face of just like
You
you're
okay,
being very
bro?
honest.
My honesty with you is specifically because my mind is set on getting either finding this person or getting back the letter.
So after he kind of looks you up and down, he nods and goes. Kage nods and goes, "I appreciate your dedication to this investigation, and I will assist you in trying to find out who this culprit is."
I'm trying to give you every bit of information as I can, since you also being I'm a magistrate, we can be of two minds.
Walk me through this engagement. The individual stole the letter and
Yes.
took off running. You gave chase. Where did you go next?
I caught them with this fissure here through my spell. Went a little further along, caught up with them, lost my cool, and then was able to entrap them in ice temporarily. And that's when I was able to get back the letter. They thawed out, attacked, overwhelmed me, and I fell unconscious.
I walk up to the fissure
Yep.
and I'll take a look around the fissure for like specific footprints, blood, any distinctive tracks that do not look like they were that look like they were coming out of the fissure.
So
If he says that he caught the person in the fissure, I'm assuming there might be a depression where somebody would have used to like put extra weight to try to pull their foot loose, try to keep moving.
you do find. Well, okay, let's make a check here.
Sure.
Give me. Oh, geez. This is not art. This is gonna survival. So, survival analyze.
Can
So
I
there.
assist since I have a rank in survival?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I will assist Kage because I couldn't
So you
find
start
anything.
saying, "I put my hand in there earlier, and this is what I found," and blah blah blah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will also spend my last void. And here we go. Okay.
Woo!
There's a
Okay.
lot of opportunities.
Lots
So
of
I'm definitely keeping that
opportunity.
explosive
Well, you have an
success.
this is-
exploder.
I'm definitely keeping the explosive success.
Okay. All right, that's
So much
unfortunate.
opportunity.
So I will keep the explosive success, and I basically get to keep everything else. Do I want to keep everything else, though, is the question.
So this
No,
is
I
what
do
you
That's a lot
find.
of strife.
This is what you find, unfortunately.
Sure.
There are kind of deep, depressed footprints. And and Tatsuo points out that those are his. That's where he stood when he put his hand down there. And there might have been a footprint under that, but not anymore.
I scratch my beard. Well,
This is also the location on where their disguise ripped. Not ripped off, but just ripped.
I look up at you and go, disguise? What do you mean? They were not wearing regular courtier's clothes or
No.
traveling clothes?
They were wearing all black, which made me assume that it was a shinobi.
Covered
Shinobi
face.
wouldn't wear black. If this were a shinobi, you'd be dead.
Fair enough.
This is an amateur at best. Though gifted, perhaps even quite talented. This is not someone who
Mei Ling looks over at
Is used to.
Tatsuo again and gives him that knowing gaze, like, yeah.
This is someone who was in a panic. They knew that you had something they wanted, then struck out. This may have been a rushed situation. Someone certainly does not want us to know what was in that invitation. I'm not sure why. Seems strange considering we have no real loyalty to either side of this issue. If anything, we have shown ourselves to be more willing. If anything, we have shown ourselves to be more than willing to help the Mantis to gain some. I stop myself for a moment and look over at Mei Ling, just for an instant, and then come back. Well, needless to say, we have not shown any favor to either side of this engagement. It is strange that someone would be so quick to defend whatever information was concealed within that letter. Or in that invitation.
So Tatsuo would say, well, you think we could probably find more evidence around the area where I found Inoue knocked out? Because I did see the mud puddle that the assailant was caught in.
When you say mud, I blink a couple times, like
I said,
everything is snowed and frozen. So I kind of give you a weird look.
I summoned the kami in order to freeze them in place. That's why I was able to take back the litter before they struck back.
Show me this area.
I bring them over to the area.
Okay.
Trying to
I'm
be,
just kind of
assuming that we're
along
trying to
the
be careful
ride.
not to destroy any evidence.
Again, as they're leading me toward the other area, I'm taking stock again on where would be easy outs. If I was the assailant, where would I try to hide? Where would I try to run? And then as we get closer and closer to the Crab Embassy, I'm looking around. Is there any clear vantage points where someone else could have seen or responded quickly? And then I think back probably and go, oh, well, there's a lot of crab that were
Yeah, these are
actually
high
talking.
crab walls to make them
Very
feel nice
sturdy.
and safe in there. There's
I
this
was-
big building back here.
Crabs
All
like
the
big
all
walls.
the windows are boarded. Yeah, there's
Heavily defensive, not a very good place to run to hide because you can't scale the walls.
you
easily
can't
to
scale
get
the
away
walls here.
quickly.
No.
During the entire time I was giving chase, I was also.
But that said,
experts.
it is a secluded area because it's between these this little ridge
Yeah.
of rocks and the walls of the crab.
So there's not many places to hide or run necessarily. There's like I'm thinking, would there have been a better path? If I was them, would I have been able to find a better path away from Inoue than the one that they're leading me on?
So here's the thing: if they were here, there's a couple ways to run. Past the entrance of the Crab Embassy,
Which is gonna
could
be
be
a
risky.
no.
out of the castle area, back around the Mantis guest house, and towards
With
the
the
Minor
party.
Clan guest house, which is on the back side of the party, or back through these fantastic gardens where the party is in full swing.
And they took, so the best opportunities in my mind would probably be going back toward the party where they could have hidden in plain sight, or made an escape through the minor clans if so inclined to do so, to wait out the heat, or escape the castle entirely, which could have larger implications of maybe the person isn't an attendant of Wintercourt, but rather someone who's been hired out from outside of Wintercourt and came in for information. But they didn't choose either of those paths. They chose the secluded path further in toward the other embassies.
So, this path could be good for like an ambush for like fighting, because there's nobody around, or they could have been going to a certain place, including the Scorpion,
Yeah, I was gonna say if they
unicorn.
were just going home.
the Dragon, or even the way out here at the Lion.
Or into the servants' quarters or the greeting house.
That's
They could have
right.
Gone back into the castle proper.
Or maybe even circling around the Thousand Blossom Path to just
It could
Basically
be.
anywhere.
Yeah, it could be to the
Get
Thousand
back up
Blossom
to the,
Path.
to the guest house.
Just so you know, you did not notice a lot of Scorpion leaving early. The Dragon did tend to get out kind of early, and some of the Lion did leave a little early, from what you could tell. Now, you didn't notice any faces or anything. You just kind of like looked around, and suddenly people were gone.
Yeah. Less green kimonos, less browns.
end goals.
Okay.
That said,
I keep,
the Fantastic Gardens is where a lot of the Crane like to hang out. And if the party spilled over into that, you never went in there, you don't know what was happening.
the people could have been going out into the gardens as well. And there's still the possibility that whoever did this
Came from the garden.
he might have come directly through the garden initially and then escaped back into the castle proper.
That said, there's also the Phoenix who, they stuck around. They're kind of like the Lion. They kind of stuck, and then part of them left, part of them came back. Actually, you notice like different Phoenix in the party at different times of night, as if they were kind of cycling themselves.
Cycling in.
Probably
So-
because they're so close, they can afford to like.
They can just go in and out when they feel like
Exactly.
it.
Tagging it out.
'Cause-
Yeah.
They can
Across
nip
the
and then
street.
go right back.
I keep that information to myself for now, but I take stock of what the rest of them are saying. So, oh yeah, I went down this way, and here's where I found Inoue, that kind of stuff. And once we get to the place where the puddle is, I'll look around for like the weapon that was used drew blood. So I'm looking for not only the blood where it might have pooled from Inoue, but also any trail of blood or blood splatter from the blade being cleaned or like.
You know that
Yeah.
this was a very shallow wound, so you'll just
Not much blood.
Yeah, there'll be like a few droplets here or there, but like nothing. There's not going to be a trail of blood to follow. That's not going to happen.
I look up at Inoue and go, "Did you injure the assailant at all?"
I was hoping to crush their ankle at best. I froze them down, which turned back to water, on them, so they were soaked. That's as much as I got in terms of damage towards them.
Now the ice is still there. She just, after a round, you can like break out of it.
Well, that's what I mean. Is like it was
Yeah.
it was attached to her because right.
So there's this frozen place where mud used to be. Like, this was obviously a different kind of textured ground at one point, and now it's back to being solid, but it's like a weird spot in the
Otherwise,
path.
like, pristine
just
path.
just like there's a crack in the path back down the road.
I don't know if with the temperature, if it froze up any foot pushings
Any
to try to escape.
How
Were there any
good a
other footprints around the
footprint
area?
is there?
Indicating
For-
movement?
For a short moment, I have a smile on my face, and then it goes away.
You notice there's a lot of bits and pieces of broken ice scattered about. There's no footprint
That's too
I,
bad.
I step
because
over.
mainly because their foot was in this ice.
I step over
Well,
and kind of
that's
put
kind
myself.
of what I mean. Their foot was in the ice.
Oh.
Didn't the ice freeze into the shape of their foot?
Yeah, it kind of broke up. Let me just roll a die here, and I'll see what happened to it.
I pull up my.
Yeah, it's kind of smashed as she took different stances on that ice, and kind of broke it up with her
I
feet.
pull up one leg of my hakama, so it's above my knee, like exposing my sandal, and I'll try to place my sandal where they were, and kind of look over at Inoue standing there, and check my reach, look around my surroundings.
Oh, they were right on top of each other. They had to have been. They were both in this mud. In fact, there is dried, frozen pieces of mud on Inoue sandals.
And myself.
I start looking on the ground for detritus that mars, like muddy detritus that mars the otherwise pristine paths around here.
And
Um,
my train of thought was that once she escaped and knocked Inoue out, would she where would there have been any footprints indicating where she would have gone after she knocked him out?
She,
The footprints
would be
it
hard
looks
to
like
tell.
this shinobi or this assailant went west because you do see a little bit of mud, but that soon goes away. And then
Yeah,
the
I figured it would
footprints,
only give me
the
a
footprints
small trail.
look like everything else on these paths because these are well traveled paths.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Okay, but it does point at least a little bit to the west, so kind of circling back up around the Crab Embassy.
Yeah, the kami seemed to have indicated that we were supposed to go back to west, where the Mantis embassy was. So they were probably using that, heading in that direction.
So around this fork, the footprints become undeterminable. So they could have gone north, they could have gone into the Thousand Blossom Path, or they could have gone to the Scorpion Embassy, Scorpion
Oh.
Guest House.
You said that there was scattered muddy ice heading the other way.
No, it's going.
You said
east.
west.
Oh, I'm sorry, east. There is some going
No.
west too. There's stuff going
Inoue.
both ways.
So
I look over and at the rest of y'all and go, if I had just committed a crime against a known Emerald Magistrate, I would not immediately head back to my place of respite. Instead, I would try to circle around and lead a secondary trail to try to hide my intentional destination. That being said, there's not much here to tell me what direction they would have headed, which only works in their favor. How long ago did this happen?
I was knocked unconscious after that. I have no clue.
How long ago did you find him in Tatsuo-san?
After the ritual, after all the investigations that y'all have been doing, after all the talking, it's been a good half an hour, if not more.
So, so Tatsuo explains that he found Inoue like shortly after he heard him yell. So I assume like within the range of 5 minutes after he was knocked out, and Tatsuo woke him up. And I also mentioned that Inoue used the kami to ascertain the direction where the assailant went off to, and the kami had pointed west, back towards where the party was.
So coming down the path is Moto Chagatai and Chaucer Noburo, and they're chatting as they're coming down the path.
Oh, right.
And see all of you kind of congregating over here. And Chagatai says, "Oh, is this where the party's moved to?"
How you doing, Chagatai?
I'm a little tired. I'm surprised to see you guys still up and about. What's got you also looking concerned?
We're in the middle of an investigation at the moment, so
Is this what Zenro's been going on about back at the party?
I'm sorry.
I look up when he mentions a name going on about stuff. I look up and then I look directly at Tatsuo. Did you tell anyone about this before you came to me?
I had some Bushi follow me, and they were asking me about who was yelling. I just simply went on my way to find Inoue.
What do they know?
They know that Shinobi followed me. I gave them the command to aid in the...
Chagatai laughs.
I go, please let us not speculate yet on who this individual or what their training may be. We
Is
are
that what
simply trying to
Zenro is
ascertain
going
facts.
on about now?
It
Is this
was
some
my-
sort of prank? Because if it is, it's pretty funny. He thinks he's a Yoriki.
He thinks he's a Yoriki. What would give him that idea? A rather strange notion.
I asked three
What's
three
the
Bushi in order to
Yoriki?
assist me with it. A lion.
Chagatai walks up to Inoue, looks at you, pokes a finger right in your wound. Oof. You were attacked!
Yes, that's why we're investigating.
Well, then this is not a prank.
Obviously.
At least not on his part.
When he does that, I pull out a fan and try to stifle a chuckle from behind my fan.
Tatsuo just kind of bites his lip. It's like, oh.
Look, it's best if we get some rest. Shiba-san, I do not wish for you to be put in any further discomfort.
I'm not worried about my comfort. I'm worried about the...
There is little that we're going to find out tonight at this point. Unless we are able to track down all of the different individuals who may have borne witness to this incident or the aftermath.
Shosuro-san, what do you know about Shinobi? He says, I know Shiba Inoue probably wasn't attacked by one. I think the prank is on him.
I
That
appreciate
wound-
the comments.
That wound's
friends.
pretty shallow. Are you poisoned? I hear Shinobi like to use poison.
I do not know that yet. I'll have to wait in a couple of hours. If you can find me dead, then you would be right.
I would be looking around here at who wants to make you look foolish. Because they're doing a good job of that.
I tap my fan on my chin as he says that.
Look, in my youth, in my early days, a whole bunch of my brothers dressed up in black, and they put a sheet over my head, and they beat me with bats. It was all in good fun. It was a little initiation.
Right.
So, maybe it was something like that.
Perhaps. If it is indeed that, then I might have pissed off someone.
Still at a loss
Or
as to
not
who it would
initiated
have
properly.
been.
So this is Chagatai speaking, right? Or was it
Yes,
Shosuro?
that's Chagatai.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tell by his voice that it was Chagatai.
He's
I really,
bolstered.
I
The
really like,
Shosuro talks like this. That's Shosuro. Yeah, he talks more like this. It's like if that is how pranks are done in unicorn lands, that's pretty awful, Chagatai-san. Yes. Your hazing rituals are quite brutal. It's like, not as brutal as the crab, I hear. Trust me, they're just sticks that they're hitting me with. I healed up in a day. It was fine. I had some bruises. But afterwards, we got all drunk and partied quite heavily. It was a good time. And the camaraderie of it all. Everybody else had to do this. I'm one of them. That's how it works. So maybe, Inoue-san,
Oh,
maybe you're
someone
part of
wants you to
something now.
Join a club.
was there anyone out there making you an offer?
That
He makes a good point.
my mind just sparks off to the Tortoise clan as soon as he said that.
Yeah, I look at you kind of with a like a smirk on my face, but not a full-on like smile.
Perhaps.
Nobros just looks at Chagatai skeptically. Don't go confusing the magistrate now, Chagatai. I think I'm not sure you're right. Oh, please. This is court. How dangerous can it be?
I
Very.
raise an eyebrow when he says how dangerous can it be.
A little
Like a
stabbing,
knowing-
a little
I was just
thievery.
standing there concerned,
Nothing
like,
serious.
but like me as the player, I'm just like, wow, this is
And
quite a
my
conversation.
character is just like, oh, how hard could it be? How dangerous could it be? I'm like thinking the drugs, the backstabbing, the threatening notes. I'm just like, this is my first time here. I'm already like knee deep in it.
This is, I know what you did last summer.
Meilin-chan, are you okay? Were you caught up in any of this? And she says, oh, no, Shosuro-sama. I'm perfectly fine. Just giving my assistance where I can. Oh, good girl.
I appreciate it.
I'm going to retire back to the Scorpion house. Will I be seeing you tonight? She looks at everybody else and turns back and says, hi. Just give me another hour perhaps? Have fun.
Be
Mina-sama.
sure not to keep.
And
Good
he'll
night.
continue on and turn back to Chagatai and say, Chagatai-san, are you going to continue to, perhaps it's best if you come home too.
I like
give it a smile.
Shosuro.
Dude's a badass.
Pat Chagatai on the shoulder, and I'm just like, yes, you've had a lot to drink. Probably not enough as you'd like, but
Yes. A down mattress would feel so good right now.
Well,
Shiba-san, don't fall onto any more knives. I'll see you. I'll see you some other time. And they'll move back to their embassies.
As they pass, I give both a polite bow.
Oh, yeah.
Same here.
I bow painfully because the reopened wound.
I look at the Shiva and go, look, my suggestion is tomorrow morning we canvass the area and ask anyone who may have been within earshot of what happened if
I'm
they
sure there
saw
was
anything.
plenty in earshot. I was screaming to the top of my lungs.
I would
the entire
also
chase.
suggest that we find those 3 Bushi in the morning and make sure that they know their place in this investigation and do not overstep their boundaries or
If they
get
even
word out
remember
past
anything.
where we want them to be.
If that's the case, then you might want to also look into your own, because I spoke to a lion.
You might
You
want
hit
to
on me.
what?
You mean the Matsu?
during the invasion. Was it the Matsu? Yeah.
You spoke to a
It was a
monster.
lion plant. I remember that much. There's a lion, a unicorn, and a scorpion?
Yes.
No.
And soon, within a few days' time,
There
you
was
will
a
have to preside
scorpion?
over a duel, or
Oh, right, right.
look over a
Right.
duel between
Thank you for the reminder. The duel.
Mhm.
My character like, what happened?
There's a lot that happened within that short range time span.
We need to make sure that all of these loose ends are tied neatly,
I'm gonna make note of each one.
and we should pray to the kami that word does not travel quickly, for an insult that goes public like this may draw much unwanted attention onto the investigation.
Understandable.
Mhm.
Or I can always excuse it as their drunkenness, since they were all 3 were drunk.
All right. Everybody, I guess, goes home for the night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll probably walk Maylin back to the embassy.
Of course you will. She'll definitely
Mhm.
appreciate that.
Mhm.
I walk,
And she'll
Inoue-
say that she'll talk to this. She'll find out who the scorpion is that that followed you, and
Mhm.
make sure that he knows what's going on, what's what, and what's really happening.
Mhm.
I walk Inoue back to his embassy before I head back to mine, but I take a long route through the Thousand Blossoms path and like up through like by the tea house to get to the Lion Embassy, just keeping an
Okay.
eye out for anything suspicious.
Okay. Sure. Make a
Perception check.
There's no perception checks anymore.
I know. I'm
With
joking.
That's not how investigation works. In this
Not
game.
in this game.
You just can't make one roll and have it.
Maybe like a tactics check, because I'm looking for anything that may be
No,
drawing.
no, definitely not.
Okay.
I'm now paranoid as I'm walking back to my embassy.
Remember, you were walked
Oh, I was
you
walked out, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, survival.
No.
You know,
You know what? I'll just give it to you
you're
guys.
given something else.
You see Miramoto Hinata walking through the gardens at this late hour.
Oh,
I will walk up to her and bow very non-threateningly.
Okay, she'll bow back.
Mhm.
Ikumakage-san, it's interesting to see you here such a late hour.
The job of a magistrate keeps us up late. Often. I was just seeing my friend Shiba Inoue back to the embassies. Would you like us to accompany you?
I'm okay, Shiba-san. Or I'm sorry, Ikuma-san. Make a aesthetics. Make an aesthetics. Air roll. Both of you can.
Oh, aesthetics error. Okay. I'm game. Hop.
Okay.
I'll take all 3 of those.
I'll take all 3 of the things with stuff on them.
So pop.
Okay.
Bye.
This is just a
It's 3
TN2.
successes.
2 successes,
2 successes and
2 opportunities.
2 opportunities.
2 successes and 2 opportunity. And Kage?
3 successes.
Okay, you both notice that her hair isn't up in, like, her hair isn't perfect, and her obi isn't tied correctly.
Sus.
Interesting.
She's a courtier?
She's a bushi.
She's a bushi.
Mirumoto Hinata
She
is
has
a
swords.
Mirumoto bushi.
And
Either she's won or she just had a fun time.
I nod to her and go, I would not like to intrude, but there were some strange occurrences tonight, and I would hate to see anything untoward happen. If anything comes up during your stroll tonight, please reach out to us. It may be important to an investigation.
She says, "Hi, definitely. Is this a magistrate duty?"
Indeed, it is an investigation, but we are not at liberty to speak on the details just yet.
If I see anything suspicious, I will definitely reach out to you.
I thank you for your time, Mirumoto-san. Be safe.
Okay. She will continue on towards the through the gardens towards her guest house.
I probably would have done a sentiment check. It's like,
She's a bushi.
Yeah, we're looking
but she
for-
also has like, what was it, kitsu like training as well, from what I
Kitsuki.
remember. Oh, kitsuki, sorry, kitsuki training.
Just off character note, I find it funny how the two magistrates also have lost one eye, so we're now one eye.
Yeah.
One pair
Between the
of
two of you,
Yeah.
you got a
we
pair
make
of
up the depth
eyes.
perception of a
Yeah.
single individual. So, I will continue walking Inoue back to his place.
Okay.
And before, like, as we're exiting the gardens, basically, I will tell him, do remember to have your ranking members reprimand your guard.
That's the first thing we do.
If someone did want you dead, it would have been easy for them if your guards were not on full alert.
Quite.
So, Makoto's leadership says to never reprimand a subordinate in front of others. Handle it in house.
So call them in. All right. Amongst other things I'm going to be doing tonight.
Be safe, anyway. I'll see you in the morning.
Thank you for walking me. Have yourself a time. Asami-san.
I will head back to the Lion Embassy,
Okay.
and I will go. Once I get there, I will go directly to Ikoma Rumiko's room.
Okay.
Strip down, just waiting.
Yeah, I get naked and I just walk into a room. No, I'm just playing. No, I walk up to a room and I'll knock on the door like a gentle rap.
All right. There'll be a light that kind of turns on in there, and she'll come out to see you.
I give her a polite bow and go, I'm sorry I did not see you leave the party tonight.
You look like you are dealing with some other things with the mantis. There were other friends I have that kept me company. And
glad.
she like almost gives you a wink at that.
She can do a sentiment check on me, but I'm gonna try my best to keep my composure when she does that.
Okay.
But I will say, I did not get the chance to speak with you the night before. It seemed as though you spent your night out of the embassy. I just wanted to check in and make sure that you were doing okay.
Yeah, why wouldn't I be okay?
I received a disturbing letter on my door, as did many of my associates.
Did you talk to her about this? I believe she was at the table when you guys discussed this thing.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. She's like, I remember this. I didn't receive a letter like that.
You may not have, but I did. And that means that whoever sent the letter knows that those close to me potentially could be targets.
She smiles and says, that's very sweet, Kage-san.
I want to do a sentiment check.
Okay. Make a sentiment check. After this roll, I am not going to give you the TN on this. After this
Sure.
roll, I will give you a void
So,
for keeping the TN from you.
I'm not sure. I kind of want to do a fire check because I'm trying to, like,
Theorize.
yeah, I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together to see if I can catch her in, like a strange statement.
Okay.
I get to re-roll 2 of those. So I'll
ones
re-roll
with
the 2 dice with
strife.
strife on them.
Or wait, fire.
Yes. Okay, so no.
Whoa, the dice are so
feeling it.
against you. I am so sorry, dude.
But I do have. I'll keep the three opportunity without strife, and I do have truth burns through lies.
You can also use 2 opportunity to notice something missing or out of place, not directly related to the task.
Perfect. So I'll spend those 2 to notice something out of place, and then I'll spend 1 opportunity if there is a single statement that the character's
On which
story
their
hinges
story
on.
hinges.
I can determine what it is and what I need to do to verify or disprove it.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get her
I
to,
like that one.
to see if she is genuinely concerned by my statement that she may be a target or not.
Truth burned through lies?
Yeah, it's a fire shuji.
Yes.
I can tell you the page number 2. I have it written down.
Oh, that's an evocation.
It's page 219.
Oh, I'm on 211. I'm so close, yet it's not the right page.
219.
Oh no, it's continuing.
If there is a single statement upon which the character's story hinges, you determine what it is and what you need to do to verify or disprove it. This is going to go into the other thing of something that isn't
Directly related to the,
Yes.
the discussion. Okay.
so she has a glow about her. And something sticks out to you about her other friends.
She's not the kind to be
Which
monogamous.
is-
Oh no.
I will give her a polite nod, and I will say, "I'm sorry to have disturbed you so late, Oma-san."
It's okay, Kage-san, you were worried. I think you're getting a little too obsessed about this note. But if there's anything I can do, please talk to me in the morning about it. I'm quite tired.
I walk back to my room after that, And in order to remove all my strife, because I am currently at my max, I don't say anything, but I slam the table in my room into the wall and then go to sleep.
Ooh. I'm so sorry, dude.
It probably makes a very loud noise and shatters things, but at this point I don't care. My unmasking is rage, so I take out my anger.
Wow. Okay, well, that's an interesting ending to the night. Who do you suspect had
I have a
sex
couple of
with
suspects.
Rumiko?
I have a couple of suspects. I'm not going to say exactly who they are, but there are two people I'm thinking of that I may have reason to suspect could do this.
Okay.
I
But
think
I'll have
it
to
was
do
our
further investigation
dragon
to figure it out.
friend who was in the garden.
Do you want to build a snowman?
All right, guys. 2 XP, great game. We're at. It's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. Y'all took 2 hours doing this investigation.
And I was like, I don't know what to do.
There's no one to smash. Point out the thing I need to smash.
On a note, when I get, I don't know if we're gonna cover that in the next game.
Oh,
But-
is there something you want to do when you get back to the embassy? Because most of the people are
Yeah,
sleeping.
when I get back to the embassy, call people in, reprimand, but also when
Who are you
I
are
go
you-
to sleep.
Wait, right
Everyone's
now,
asleep in your embassy, for the most part, except
Right.
for a
So
couple.
then I'll take care of that in the morning. But
That's a much better idea.
Before Inoue goes to bed, he feverishly feels like that he lost because he didn't have enough power. So he starts studying like a madman.
All right. Everybody's
And then falls
upset.
asleep while studying.
Carlos Diaz says, "Wow, my head hurts." I apologize for giving you a migraine.
Imagine how Inoue feels.
All right, guys. If you made it through this video, you obviously liked it, so hit that like button. All of these jokers get that 2 experience points, and they get a good night's rest. And finally, after so many games, this day 7, has been a long time. But now, we will be moving on to Act 2, The Tale of the Fisherman's Daughter, starting on day 8. Y'all are finally made it through Act 1, and now we're in Act 2.
we finished the first week.
First week is done!
Yeah.
Within a few months.
Nice.
This is
Nice.
so
A
long.
lot has happened in a little amount of time.
Okay, everybody, a round of applause for everybody. And say goodbye. We'll see everybody next week. Goodbye!
Bye.
Bye.